the oxygen in here is slowly getting used up. So I want to kind of get you guys into kind of prep up a little bit. So let's start off with a question. Okay, so who here is currently renting a property in London? Okay, and in a similar vein, who here is currently hoping one day to own their own property in London? Okay, so we're all in the same boat essentially. We all have a similar problem, and this is where the kind of kernel of our idea came out. So myself, Kingsley, and Sam, we all are aspiring property owners. The trouble is, there's three kind of big problems with property ownership for people from our generation. Problem number one, low savings. So when we go to a bank and we ask for a mortgage, if we have a £10,000 deposit, which is a fairly reasonable amount of money that we may have saved, we'll be laughed out the door. It's just too low. So we are unable at the moment to get a single mortgage with the kind of deposits we have. Second problem, and this is a problem for the banks. The banks are turning away hundreds of thousands of mortgages all the time, every year. And this is a big problem for the banks because this is one of their primary revenue streams. They don't want to turn us away. They don't want to turn away business. Banks, especially at the moment, are being disrupted by all sorts of fintech companies, you guys, myself over here. So they cannot be, they are unable to turn down existing revenue streams. It's a big problem. Thirdly, and this is something which often gets overlooked with engineering problems in hackathons, which is the big psychological component. So psychological problems are underrated. Research has come out of Lloyd's Banking Group, which essentially says that the process of applying for mortgage applications has become particularly stressful in the last 5 years, for example. So a 10% rise in people not wanting to fill out a mortgage application because it's too stressful. Things don't have to be this way.
So we built a platform in 48 hours for people just like ourselves. And we tried to solve the problem in 3 ways. So first of all, we were thinking about the deposit. So we've built an application, if you click on the demo, that allows 3 people or however many people to pool into a mortgage together. So in this case, Sam, myself, and Johnny would only need £10,000 each to buy a £300,000 apartment in Greenwich. Secondly, and on that first point, if we wanted to look at our creditworthiness, we've built an API. So clicking on Sam here, we can see his credit score. It's scored out of 100 and it uses over 100,000 data points. Our second solving the problem is that we don't use any forms. Traditionally, there's about a 200-page application for a mortgage. We do everything through Google Docs so that there's no paperwork. And finally, we're using referrals. So banks can get links from us and we earn a referral.
Big round of applause!